The invisible force shaping success, your success. That's what we're here to talk about today and every day this year. What do you think that might be? And are you using this invisible force in your favor? Or are you just like most people living moment to moment, day to day, just kind of running through our lives, not necessarily paying conscious attention to our life, what's working, what's not working. I call it the good, the bad, the ugly, or at least I used to. Now I call it the good, the bad, the beautiful, because stuff happens to us every day. Good things, not so good things, and beautiful things are out there all around us if we're just willing to look for them. So our topic today, welcome to day 216 of our Supersize You annual challenge. We're focusing on spirituality all this month, and today's topic is going to revisit our mental clarity and our mindset a little bit, because the truth is the invisible force that impacts and works on all of us all the time is our mindset, the frame through which we decide to see the world, right? And I say that intentionally. We decide, and maybe not consciously, but our subconscious will decide for us if we don't consciously decide the type of things we're even willing to see. I think that's why we see so much polarity in topics like politics and religion. For spirituality, many people think of religion. I used to be a religious person following my sudden cardiac arrest. I'm a spiritual person. I've always been a spiritual person, but I am not organized religion or a religious person any longer. And each of us get to decide and choose what we do and do not believe. That's part of our mindset. Until we get our mindset right, we'll struggle with things that we see other people doing successfully, and we're like, oh my gosh, I've got so much more experience than this person. I've done so many different things and more things, yet this person is succeeding massively. At least that's what it looks like on the surface. We don't know what's underneath. And here I am struggling and struggling and struggling. Guess what? The more we focus on that we're struggling, what are we going to get? More struggling. That is all part of mindset. I like this little visual that I created during one of the challenges. I don't even remember what year at this point, probably 2020 or beyond though, so it's still relevant. It would be relevant anyway. Most of the topics I talk about are actually timeless, and no matter when you hear them, what order you hear them in, there's a nugget in there for you that it's the exact right thing you need to hear. I didn't used to believe that, but now I know that people find us just like I find people for a reason and a season, for a time that I need something that they have to say, have written about, some kind of a thing, and it's like the teacher appears as soon as you are ready. As a student, when you're ready to learn and be open to something, the exact person you need shows up in your life. The exact teacher, the book, the article, the blog post, whatever it might be. So today's topic has to do with, bottom line, our action item today is going to be to set an intention. Some people call it praying. I call it setting an intention. Every morning, part of my morning routine now is to set an intention for how the day is going to play out. And I always say every day above ground's an awesome day, right? Because they're the alternative. Maybe some people are better off in the beyond, but other people want to still be here living their life and experiencing life as only we humans can experience it. So setting intentions is a practice and a habit and a mindset that we can use. It's a way to tap into the positive aspects of our mindset and create the days we want instead of just letting things outside of us control us. The truth is, everything is an inside job. Everything starts from within us. Whether you believe this or not, I'm sure it will play out through the rest of this month, and you'll probably have more belief than you might have right now. But I've come to learn that mindset and what we believe and think and feel about success, for example, is going to determine if we're successful or not. So many people, and Tony Robbins, I think, illustrates this amazingly when he says, okay, people define success as these things that are impossible for them to achieve. And even though they're super duper successful compared to other people and are more successful than other people would ever dream of being, they do not feel like they're a success because their definition of success is it's impossible to achieve and reach, right? And it's ever changing as they achieve one milestone or goal that they've set for themselves, an impossible one to most people. They have already set another one and are working on that. So they never get to actually enjoy the success that they are living and should be and could be experiencing if they so choose. So mindset, open or closed, and these are the representations of how polar our universe is, right? Open or closed, fixed or flexible, I call it. I can't read backwards. I have enough time seeing as it is. So the one I think is the most important for us today and throughout this whole month is abundance versus scarcity, growth versus fixed, things like that. But I like this because it reminds us that our mindset is at the center of everything, and it's a sliding scale. We have the ability to choose and decide every single day how we are going to view the world, how we are going to see things. If we rewire our beliefs, if we change our beliefs and let go of the old stories that we used to identify with, everything can change faster than we can even imagine possible. One of the secrets to a lot of really successful people is they do things like visualize, meditate. Some participate in hypnosis. They have rituals and processes and systems that they work on themselves every single day to be a better human being, a better version of themselves. Guess what? We can all do that too. We can change our limiting beliefs. We have to first become aware of them, but then they're pretty easy to change. It's just a matter of replacing them with something that makes us feel better and is more in touch with who our future identity is, because we want to adopt that future identity right now, today. We don't want to wait 10 years. We want to do it now. That's part of the inside job so that we can create the life that we want. Mindset is an asset. Just pay attention today. Listen to how people speak. Listen to what they say. Listen to what they talk about. See how they act and what they do. And then decide, well, does this person have an open or a closed mindset? And it's just a snapshot into them. Some days we're a lot more open and flexible than we are other days. It depends on how we're feeling. For some of us, it depends on the weather and how many aches and pains it triggers in our body. I, for example, used to think I wasn't tech savvy enough to figure out the online business thing. I made it so hard for me because I couldn't wrap my head around how much easier it is than growing a business in the brick and mortar real world. It's so much easier, so much less risk, so much faster, so much less expensive, takes so fewer resources. And I had always been in offline businesses. Okay, I was born before the internet existed, right? So that makes sense. But so for the vast majority of my whole corporate career, the internet was just getting started, right? And I call it the foundling ages, or the foal, little horses just learning to walk. And so I didn't think that I could do it or figure it out. And then I went to a coaching program. I'm an avid believer in having coaches. I'm in a coaching program right now to help me with some skills that I had some limiting beliefs around that are now breaking free and open, 4 months into it. Really? How thick a skull do we think I have? So in this program, one of the coaches said, number one, if you're comparing yourself to others and feeling like you're behind or not good enough, which every single person I've ever met, including me, falls prey to that as soon as we come to the online world. And as soon as it's one of the, I think, downsides of the internet, because instead of reminding ourselves that we're only ever seeing people's highlight reel and comparing ourselves, we're often comparing our year 1 to other people's year 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And guess what? Our subconscious tries to show us stuff to make us feel bad so that we stay stuck and we stay in our comfort zone and we don't change. Why? Our subconscious tells us, okay, we've made it this far and we're still alive. Therefore, anything out of the ordinary or different, we're not going to do. Anyway, the coach said, what if you're not incapable? What if you're just not trained? What if you're untrained? You just haven't learned it yet or seen it yet or been exposed to how easy and simple it can actually be. It's part of why I'm moving onto the school platform with everything that I do nowadays. Number one, I'm getting older. Number two, the older I get, the more I value streamlining, simplification, letting go of all the things that just don't matter and focusing on the few that really do matter to me to feel like a successful human being and that positively impact the world and make the world a better place. So the lesson I learned, and I am continuing to learn, is that we can't be late for our own journey. I love that. And remember, we're not comparing apples to apples ever when we compare ourselves to someone else. So chances are, if we're comparing ourselves to other people, we're either trying to make ourselves feel bad and stuck in our comfort zone, or we're being judgmental, which to me is almost worse, and thinking we're better than other people. And that's not going to serve us either, because the ego will fight with your identity for what's true and what's right. And the ego will usually win, which is not good, because we can shape and create our identity and choose it. Our ego, maybe not so much. Maybe that, I don't know, I'm not an expert on ego or identity. I just know how it impacts me. All right, so what are we going to do for an action item today around this? I want us to, if you don't have a morning intention setting practice, I want to challenge you to do that. It's one of the most powerful things I've learned to do. I wake up every day above ground's a good day. Every day above ground for me personally is awesome, right? Every day is a gift because I almost wasn't here. So that's the first thought that pops into my head every morning. And then the second one is, I intend to make this an amazing day, an awesome day, or something along those lines. Because if I set the intention it's going to be a great day, it's much more likely to be a great day. And the little things that happen along the way in the day that aren't so great, because guess what? Those things still happen every day, even if I set the intention. I handle them so much better because I'm in a flexible, open, flowing, possibility, problem-solving mindset. And the problems that used to literally tip me over for entire days or part days don't even faze me anymore, right? As we grow, the problems that stop us in our tracks have to become huge, just like our life has become. So that is our topic for today. It's kind of tied to prayer and intention setting. Some people call it prayer, some people call it intention setting. To me, they're really the same thing. It's what we're visioning and wanting to happen in the day. We're pre-framing it, right? Pre-framing is one of the most powerful things we can do. If you have to give a speech, if you have to give a presentation, if you have to get on video, if you have to talk about anything, pre-frame that it goes in an amazing way, the direction you want it to go. And guess what? It's much more probable that that will happen. That's it. That's our topic for today. Any questions about this, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, share in the comments below your intention for today. What's your intention for today? Share that. Mine is to have an awesome day. All right. Go out, make it an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.